empty houses issue, and I know I've raised this before with the council, but I came to Rockland in '75, and in 1979 I decided to try to find a house that I could afford. I didn't have a lot of money, but I did find one which I considered a fixer-upper on Grace Street, and so I bought it in 1979. At that time, Grace Street doesn't look as good as it does now, and I figured that there was going to be a lot of people who were lower middle income who would be coming in, buying houses and fixing them up, and I think this is what happened. But it seemed to stop on my block, which is Upper Grace Street. First of all, and I've been there, I remind you, 37 years, the house that is on the corner of Broad and Grace Street has been empty for 37 years. Now, an elderly neighbor who has passed on told me that this house had been owned by a doctor and had beautiful woodwork inside. What I see looks like furniture stacked up inside. And I talked to the owner on a couple of different occasions and asked him to do some improvements on the porch, to do a couple of other things. And it still needs more, which I was thinking I'm going to go ask him again. I don't think it should be up to me to go and ask an owner in my neighborhood to please fix up their property. So one of the things, so that's number one. There are 3 places. One of the things that this does, other being empty, and I have no idea why this gentleman will not sell it, because a lot of people have come and said, wanted to buy it, and he was refused. But it also stops the development and improvement of the neighborhood. I'm embarrassed when I have people come and they walk down the street. The second one is was once part of my property. It is an old garage which has been used by the last 2 owners for storage. And I've been in touch before with the city, and the owner has received letters. You can't have anything in the front door yard, and instead, there's always things in the front door yard and on the side, and also both the last 2 owners have had family living there, and I guess I've been told there's water, but I guess they use a porta potty for that, and so that's another issue. The third one has recently come to attention. It's a 3-family house across the street from me. It has always been rented, but now it's been condemned, I understand. And this week the bank is going to be selling it. Now, this particular house has the neighbors worried. One of the neighbors has small children, and because garbage has been left around the outside, which was the case when people were living there, and furniture along the side, one neighbor is worried about vermin coming into the house because she lives next door. Another neighbor said, who's lived there 5 years, said, I just had the first rat or mouse brought up from my basement by my cat, which is an indoor cat, which means the rat was also indoors. I have noticed for the first time in 5 years, I've had raccoons coming back into my house. So if there is garbage and food out there, vermin and rats and raccoons are attracted, and then they move into our properties. So I am so delighted to see this bill or ordinance on. And I really hope we can do something about empty houses in Rockland. It's really disgraceful, and when we need them, I mean, if we can't force somebody to sell, couldn't we go have a discussion and talk about the person's pride in maybe making a better neighborhood? Thank you very much.